There are moments when effort finally turns into a visible reward. You had been consistent even when results were slow. You kept moving forward when others would have stopped. That persistence had been building momentum behind the scenes. Now the outcome is approaching. This win will feel meaningful because it represents everything that you endured to reach it. Your discipline, your patience, your quiet determination, it all led to this point. You had been working in silence for a long time, day after day, hour after hour. To the outside world, it appeared as though you had been moving endlessly, investing your time, your focus, and your energy to something that truly matters to you. This was not a casual effort or passing interest. You chose something that you believed in deeply. You studied it. You carefully thought about it. You planned every step with patience. And then you committed yourself to the execution. While others were distracted by noise and short term pleasures, you remained disciplined. You guarded your attention. And even when something briefly pulled you away, you returned to your task again and again. Because you understand something many people fail to learn. Great outcomes are born from consistent focus. Now the season of completion is approaching. The work that required patience is beginning to produce results. The seeds that you the seeds that you planted with effort and faith are about to bear fruit. A victory is coming, a meaningful one, and it will not be the last. In fact, you are entering a season where progress begins to compound. One success opens the door to another. Momentum begins to build. This stands in sharp contrast in earlier chapters of your life. There were seasons where it felt as though nothing worked in your favor. Efforts seemed wasted, plans collapsed, you experienced loss after loss, but something changed within you. You shifted your understanding. Instead of assuming that life was working against you, you began to believe something greater, that your life was being guided, that every hardship was shaping you, that every delay was preparing you. You began to recognize yourself for who you truly are, a child of God, not in theory, but in certainty. You started to see how even your struggles were strengthening your character, how every obstacle trained your resilience, every disappointment deepened your wisdom, and slowly you became someone capable of carrying greater responsibility. Now, now you stand stronger than before. You are more calm, you are more focused, you're more prepared, and because of that transformation, the road ahead will not resemble the road behind you. The storms that once overwhelmed you will no longer hold the same power. Life will present challenges. Life will still present challenges, but now you hold something more valuable to control. You possess trust. You trust God. There will be moments when things appear uncertain, where outcomes will appear unclear. But if you resist the urge to panic and keep your spirit anchored, you will witness something remarkable. Situations will resolve themselves, doors will open unexpectedly, problems will dissolve without the struggle you once expected. You will begin to notice what many once overlooked, that when a person walks faithfully with God, unseen hands begin arranging the path ahead, and what once felt like endless struggle begins to resemble quiet guidance. This is not luck. This is the reward of discipline, patience, and faith. Your season of harvest has begun, and you will experience many victories in the days ahead. I'd like to end this message with a parable. A farmer planted a field of seeds. The first week passed and nothing appeared. The second week passed and still the soil looked unchanged. Some neighboring farmers laughed. Your field is empty, they said. You should plant something else. But the farmer did not dig up the soil to check on the seed. He simply continued watering, continued tending the field, continued trusting the process. And weeks later, small green shoots began to rise. Then the field filled with strong plants. And at the harvest time, the farmer gathered more grain than anybody else in the valley. The seeds never failed. They were simply growing where no one could see. The lesson? Faithful effort often works in silence before it appears in results. Most people abandon their work too early because they expected immediate evidence. But the most meaningful outcomes grow beneath the surface long before they become visible. When discipline meets patience and faith, the harvest becomes inevitable. So trust the work that you've done. Trust the path that God is guiding you on. Because the season of sowing always comes before the season of celebration. And that's it for this message. I'd like to thank everyone who made it to the end of the video. I'm truly honored by your support. If this message resonated with you at all, please consider dropping a comment, giving me some feedback, hitting the like button, and subscribing. It's been Chris and Nisty, and until next time, take care and have a good one.